Thanks for tuning in. The anniversary set is about a month away and is getting a simultaneous worldwide launch, an entirely new rarity, and 30 classic cards making a comeback. As the anticipation builds, the question you should be asking is simple. Do you buy now or do you wait? I reviewed the sales data from the last two anniversary sets to answer that question. Welcome back to the Poke Ticker. Let's see what the market is telling us. As you all are painfully aware, the 30th anniversary or 30th celebration set is going to release on September 16th. They have tons of great products coming out. Here's a good one, a good article by PokeBeach just going through all of the sealed products that are coming. Obviously, the UPC is right here. Here's the ETB with their card. I'm not going to go through all this, but they have lots of poster collections, binder collections, sticker collections. There's going to be a ton of promo cards obviously involved. There is the cool feature here where the mini tins spell out anniversary, so that's kind of fun. But the real question, as I just prefaced the video, is should you buy it right out of the gate or right now, or should you be waiting? There's definitely an important distinction there. And how I came to this conclusion was by reviewing some of the data from the last two anniversary sets. So the other quick feature here is the Meowth. I don't know if anyone's seen this. This is just posted the other day, but they just put an article out on also PokeBeach to show the Meowth from the day and the night. There's that big day and night feature that they're doing through the 30th anniversary set or 30th celebration set. But let's get into the data. What I've done here is I took 6 of the most popular sealed products from the 25th anniversary set, and I've graphed it out with their MSRP numbers here at the left with their current prices as of August 2026 on the right. You can see how much the value of these has gone up in just 5 years and why obviously the 30th anniversary is so anticipated. People think from an investment standpoint they can make a lot of money. The last two sets absolutely prove this. I'm only showing the graph here from the 25th anniversary because the data is more readily available and more it's easier for me to confirm versus just pulling out pricing from sites going back 10 years. Obviously a lot of this stuff ramped up post COVID era, but you can see the standard ETB was $50. It's now on the low end, $360, $385. PC exclusive, obviously $65 up to $550. I've seen $600 even. The ultra premium collection, $120. Now, the key here too is all these things when they first came out did not start at MSRP pricing, right? So when they first launched, it was hard to find your ETB at $50. Obviously, the PC exclusive sold out. You couldn't even find it unless you're paying 2-3 times. And then the Ultra Premium Collection started at over, I believe it was $250 right out of the gate. So if you didn't find something or get lucky, you were paying 3 times the price of the Ultra Premium Collection right out of the gate. Now, if you've held on to it, it's 10 times the price that it was. So you're making a big profit there. But just wanted to show this as a snapshot of what the products have done in 5 years and why this set is so anticipated. Now, the big question that I prefaced is, should you buy now or should you wait? We're going to come down here and just want to share kind of that timeline from when the set dropped to the current time frame now that we're coming on the 30th anniversary. So 5-year time frame. You can see here the launch happened in October or the end of 2021. The sets were staggered as they do for most things, but for the most part, right at the end of 2021. This is just using the ETB as an example, but all of those products that I had above follow this very similar time frame. The ETB, went from MSRP $50 all the way 2 to 3 times up to $120 and above, and stayed there for probably about 8 months to almost a year. And then in 2022, early 2023, everything came, I don't want to say crashing down, but came way back down. The ETBs, as an example, came very close to their MSRP price. You could find product pretty readily available. It wasn't that hard to find things on shelves or online stores, and it stayed that way for a good amount of time. It wasn't until 2024, as the Pokemon got another bump from some of their new features like Pokemon Pocket, that the market started to come back up. And once that started to happen, then it got closer. 2025, end of 2024, people started to anticipate the 30th anniversary, and so all those products took a nice sharp incline, and the graphs actually look like hockey sticks. When you think about that from a 30th anniversary perspective, the history is showing us that right at launch for up to a year, 8 months to a year afterwards, prices are going to be pretty high. And then after that, there's going to be a nice big long lull period where you'll have an opportunity to buy product. It'll be past that hype train, if you will, or the peak hype. People have had a chance to open the products. Anyone who wanted to get some should have had an opportunity to get it. People who were trying to invest have bought up stuff. And the Pokemon Company will continue to put out additional products and reprint the 30th anniversary so that the prices don't get completely out of control. And that is what I'm advocating here. I would wait if you're looking to get into this from an investment standpoint. If you think it's too expensive right out of the gate, if you want to spend all that money, the data and the history shows us that you will have an opportunity to do that within 8 months to 18 months. There will be that lull period. Will it go back down to MSRP like it did for the last anniversary? Maybe not, but will it be 3 times, 4 times, 5 times what the product should cost? No. I would advocate for this on your end as well, is to get some packs when it comes out, feed that collector itch, if you will. You want to open some things, you want to see some cards, and then hold off on really buying from an investment standpoint or buying singles and things that you want to collect from the set till a little bit further down the road. The vast majority of sets follow this trajectory anyways, and the anniversary sets are no different. They just tend to have a little bit longer lull period because they're not thought about as frequently. It's pretty much within each 5 years. So once that gets back around to close to the 35th anniversary, the 30th set will start to skyrocket. Couple call outs here. Just the other thing to keep in mind, which could have some effect, and maybe will have an effect again, just depending on what the economy does. But there were some massive general economic issues that also happened in 2022, which could have affected how far down the price came. So I did want to include that in this graphic so that you're at least aware. And then did it dip? So not every product dipped. The much more rare items like the Pokemon exclusive ETB and the Ultra Premium collection, they never really hit what I would call a dip. They pretty much just moved up slowly for a good period of time, or if they dipped, it was very minimal. And then they, hockey sticked up, like I said, and are trading at, or you have to purchase them at huge multiples. The standard products all hit that dip, the standard ETB, and then it's quoting the market here, but the smaller boxes as well hit that, and you can see the premium figure collection, Lance's Charizard, Dark Sylveon, they all hit those dips. Just to highlight, again, why I would hold off, and this is a little bit of not exactly what the numbers will be once the set launches. As we know, TCGPlayer only lets official box stores sell pre-orders before the sets come out, so these prices are highly inflated already. But you can see the UPCs are $500 when they're supposed to be around $120. Obviously, the Pokemon Center ETB is crazy. Even the regular ETB is almost $200. All of these prices will come down on release. And so I definitely wouldn't get it like release day unless you're finding it for much closer to MSRP. But if you are able to be patient, maybe just get a few things as I advocated for to scratch that itch. But definitely hold off, and you'll have a great buying opportunity to buy lower. That way you can get a better return on your investment, or a better return on the items that you love. Or even if you want a master set, you'll get those cards for a lower price. This is just another article where it highlights, is it worth paying pre-sale prices? As I've shown in the last couple, the graphic and TCGPlayer, obviously, it is not worth it unless you can find it for a reasonable area. GameStop is another one that they've been promoting the UPC, I think, for $400 maybe. So just completely outrageous from what the MSRP is. And you can even use the recent Charizard UPC as an example of they priced it way too high and then it sat on their shelves. I could find the Charizard UPC at my local GameStop up to like 3 months ago because they had it priced way above the market. So when that happens, people will have a limit to what they'll purchase and prices will come down. So just try to be patient. And then I wanted to show here's the UPC graphic. My bar graphs don't give a good reflection of what it looks like. I know I mentioned it, but you can see, and this is just an error at the start, obviously it was out before this, but the starting price was about double what the MSRP was. And it went up to, $350 or so within a year. Pretty usual for that to happen. But then you can see top price of $370, but then it came back down to $300. a little after release all the way till the end of 2024. They went from $250 to $300 with a little bit of a jump in the middle. So not a lot of build for the first 3 years between the anniversary sets. And it wasn't until 2025, beginning of 2025, where it started to see that big rise. Literally from $350, $360, all the way up over here to $1250. So the vast majority of the growth was when people started to realize that the next anniversary set was coming out. And they're like, oh, they start to get a little nostalgic. Really love opening this set. They have some cool cards, special promos from the UPCs, and then it really grows. So the 30th anniversary will follow this similar trajectory. And that's why I obviously suggest picking up some things, but try to pick it up in these lull periods, not the height that is right now. And then lastly, just wanted to show a good example of the 20th anniversary because I didn't have a lot of verifiable data from 10 years back. But you could see the ETB, which retailed for about $45, $50 10 years ago, is now selling for $3,700. Here's one under $38, $35, $3,800. So you could see the growth potential here. And not even a month ago, less than 3,000. So as the anniversary sets get closer, that's when these products see huge increases. And that's when you should wait to make your sale if you're planning to sell it. Definitely don't buy during that period. Do the selling. All the data kind of reflects that, at least from the modern Pokemon card era within the last 5 to 10 years. And so that's what I'm going to use. That's what I would suggest you use from a data perspective to kind of inform your decision-making process. And lastly, just to give a little bit more to the hype, I guess, just sharing a leak here from a subreddit where we saw some of the cards. I'm sure many of you have seen these. Obviously, some really cool cards coming out. I'm always partial to the SIRs. Some of the older cards are not my cup of tea, but totally understand, obviously, like Prime Gengar and the Shining Celebi and some of these things that are really cool. But I much prefer these new illustration rares or SIRs, alt arts. The Pikachu's here, the Mew and the Mewtwo I think are kind of cool. Hope you're as excited about this set as I am. Try to just not fall into the FOMO as best you can. I know it's hard. I'll be purchasing some right off the bat, but saving most of my purchases till much later on to try to get them at a better price. And I would advocate for you all to do the same. Let me know if there's anything in particular that you're excited about from the set. Otherwise, good luck and hope you're able to pick up what you're looking for.